Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Kanastep and this is going to be part 8 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And it is good to be back because this is my first episode that I have recorded since before my vacation that I took a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I looked at my my file save for this campaign and my last recorded episode was September 16th, so it's been a while. And I've had a lot of time to think about which direction this campaign is going to go in, and I think we all know the answer. The Turks did declare war against me by attacking Arabia in the last episode, and that's the final straw, right? I mean, we all knew that this was going to come. It is finally time for me to attack Syria. The idea of sort of trying to maintain a peace between myself and the Turks for as long as possible and hoping that they could expend their energies against the Byzantines, it was cute while it lasted, but they have been getting pushed back by the Byzantines in the last maybe decade or so. So maybe let's try to, reconcentrate their energies against the Byzantines. I am allied against the Byzantines now. I did do that so that I could break this alliance. Of course, the Turks did it first. Not the alliance, but they betrayed the neutrality. But yeah, I took the alliance with the Byzantines just because I knew this was going to happen eventually. And yes, the time has come. Now, ideally, I can take Syria without a battle. I do have armies in Arabia, Palestine, and Tripoli all available to swarm on into Syria and then create what would be a two-province border here in Antioch and Syria. And in addition to pushing back the Turks and making it so that I don't have to maintain a four-province border, the other reason why I want to do this is because I do have a French crusade barreling down on me. And their objective is Antioch. Now, Antioch does have a stack, and it does have a reinforcement stack in Tripoli, but that's not really ideal, is it? Because, sure, the stack in Tripoli could reinforce, leaving Tripoli open to attack from Syria, right? Sure, Palestine could cover down and cover Tripoli, but then that leaves Palestine open. And then let's say I extended my lines all the way so that my Arabian armies covered Palestine. Well, then we're back to square one with the Turks invading Arabia. So it really does just help to shorten my lines at this point. I could essentially have 2 stacks in Syria and 2 stacks in Antioch, or even just 3 stacks in Antioch and 1 stack in Syria, I think will also be just fine. Now, Syria might be a little light on that in that case, because then I would be bordering, let's see, Edessa, and then, I think the Byzantines actually own Rum. Let's take my emissary back to Rum, but I'm pretty sure they own Rum. In that case, Edessa would be cut off from Armenia and Georgia. So the Turks would be in a bit of a pickle in that case. But yeah, in that case, I would be bordering 2 Turkish provinces in Armenia and Edessa. Hopefully, that would be interesting. I wonder where these stacks would retreat to if they were to retreat. Edessa, therefore getting essentially cut off, or Armenia and Georgia. These 2 stacks could cause some ripples amongst the Byzantine lands if they were to be redirected in that, in that direction. The Byzantines do have some forces for sure, but the French crusade is just sort of waltzing through the Byzantine territory without any resistance. They are at war. The Byzantines did not allow the French in. They just, they said no, but then they didn't fight back. So, the French did take Bulgaria without a fight, but then they're just going to leave it. Now, what would be fun is if someone took it, like maybe the Poles. That would be kind of cool. But the Byzantines do have local forces that are available to take back Bulgaria. So that's probably what will happen here. And, I think they're doing okay otherwise. The Byzantines still have their islands. They still have Naples. They've taken Sicily. So, like, they have some territory here. They've taken Crimea and Kiev using their navy here in the Black Sea. So they might be able to, bounce back from this crusade, sort of just marching through their territories. I want to see, if they go through Nicaea, do they sack any of these buildings here? So they have 4, 5, including the Ballista Tower defensive upgrade for the keep. So I want to keep an eye on that to see if there's going to be 5 buildings here after the French army moves through. This is a sizable army, I think. Is it 2 or 3 stacks? That's 1 stack. And that's 2-ish. Yeah, it's not, they're not full numbers really. But yeah, we can call that 2 stacks maybe. 2 full stacks. And I think that's another reason why I do want to have my forces concentrated up here in Syria and Antioch. This army is fine, the one that I have. It's a little light on, you know, oomph and killing power and staying power, but like it might beat the first, you know, the first wave of French troops, but it also might get ground down by the second wave. So that's where I would want other armies to reinforce here. I have a lot of camels, a lot of Nubian spears, and a lot of desert archers, and I am starting to get some Saharan cav for some light cav presence, and some urban militia as well. Just a couple units of those guys just to round out my killing power. So, and I do have some naphtha throwers, a couple, just two of them. These are my only real secret weapons here that can do any real killing, are those 2 units. So, yeah, it's a little light, it is. And I'm doing my recruiting down here in Arabia. Do I keep going with the Saharan cav, or do I try to get out a couple more naphtha throwers? That's going to be the question. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I can also reassign my title here, my governorship for Arabia. Let's get these peasants back into the garrison. I'm sure there's peasants in these armies here somewhere. Are there not peasants? There were in this fort? I thought there were. Huh. It's a little confusing. I usually always have peasants guarding. Okay, they're in this army for some reason. Okay, well, let's move you guys back so that you can garrison that that little fort there. And let's find, so I was thinking, so this is the guy that was the governor of Arabia, Najamuddin El Ghazi of Aleppo. I believe this is the captain that has taken over for, I can't remember his name, but he was an historical character, and now it's you. Now, he's still fine. 4 acumen is good. Unhinged Loon is not great. Minus 30 happiness for, you know, his province. Not super great. Like, I can overcome that, but like, yeah. Steward is good. That's plus 10% agricultural production as well as happiness. So I would like to have this person to be the governor of some place that actually has agricultural production, unlike, you know, Arabia with this 61 income. So what I did get was another historical general, Nur al-Din, and this is another famous, very famous character that I'm gonna bungle this. I'm pretty sure this was the guy that was in charge of the Zengid dynasty when Saladin was sent to Egypt to, like, you know, take over for the Fatimids, right? Essentially, that's kind of what happened. It wasn't Saladin. Saladin went with his uncle, was it? Oh gosh, I should know. But essentially, you know, this was the guy that, you know, controlled the Zengid dynasty, and they had like a lot of this. I think they were stationed in Aleppo, which was their like home city, but it was the guy that came before Nur al-Din. I can't remember his name. He might have been a character already in this campaign. I can't remember, but he had I think like taken Damascus and maybe Jerusalem as well. Oh geez, I'm getting this mixed up. But yeah, Nur al-Din, it was a large empire. It was a really large empire controlling most of the Levant, and then they wanted to incorporate Egypt into it as well. And then yeah, essentially like after they had taken Egypt off of the Fatimids, Saladin kind of like he kind of like made himself like a vassal. It was like a vassal situation. He was like, yeah, no, I got Egypt for you, boss. Like talking to this guy Nur al-Din, like I got it, it's fine. It's I bow to you, you know. But it was like, you know, it was like kind of Saladin's. And eventually, when he passed away, there's a little bit of a succession crisis. And yeah, Saladin cleaned that up and was able to consolidate his new dynasty, the Ayyubid dynasty, along with you know, the old Zengid dynasty as well. I believe I'm saying that right. It is the Zengid dynasty, I believe. But yeah, this is signifying essentially the switch from, you know, we've been playing as the Fatimids this entire campaign, and this kind of marks the coming of the Ayyubids. I think it's a little early. Didn't the Fatimids last until the 1150s? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, as you can see, I'm very, very rough with my Egyptian history. It's like one thing to try to learn about one dynasty, but then to learn about the Fatimids and the Ayyubids and the Mamluks, it was a lot for me to try to find information about, and yeah, without like, you know, taking a class on it or something, just trying to use YouTube and like, you know, Wikipedia. But anyway, that's that. Anyway, Nur ad-Din, he's great, right? He's in a unit of Saharan Cav, which you might not think it's ideal. Like you might think I want heavy Cav, but you know what? Saharan, that's fine. You know, it's a fast unit. He's gonna stay safe. He has good loyalty, good piety, good dread. 6 command, 4 acumen. I can make him a governor with that 4 acumen, so I'm fine with that. I can make him the governor of Arabia because he doesn't have the steward trait, so he's not going to be boosting. I don't need to worry about wasting agricultural boost on him. An expert attacker, plus 2 command when attacking, so he's going to be an 8-star general when attacking. Hot damn. That is good. That's very good. So he has just become my best general, hasn't he? Like, you're 6 stars also. Amir al-Adil. Fine leader. Plus 4 morale is very good as well. That's very, very good. 6 stars. Yeah, they're both very good between Amir al-Adil and Nur ad-Din. And yeah, I can keep you here because the thing is that because you have the Unhinged Loon, that's also -3 morale. So 4 stars is fine, but Unhinged Loon is bad. So having you guard Egypt from the Almohads, which they don't appear that threatening, I think is a good place for you. So let's have you be. No, it's you. You are going to be the governor of Arabia. What does this give? Just loyalty. Yep, that's fine. And yeah, just give it a little bit more income. I can boost the taxes. And where else would I want you to be other than the front lines, right? You know, I don't want to keep you back here in Egypt, so yeah, I guess just I can go anywhere, I guess. I have a navy. First things first. I know that I'm attacking. I'm going to attack Syria. That's something that I know that I'm going to do. So let's just double check here. They have a 4-star general. He's in a unit of urban militia. So that's a bad unit to have a general in. They don't have any armor. They're on foot. They can be hunted. They don't have good defense values. They can get killed by like anything. Arrows, swords, horses. You can just kill that unit with anything. They have a little bit of a bite to it because it has a bonus versus armor, but don't want them taking a charge. That's for gosh darn sure. So yeah, 4 stars is good. Ooh, skilled attacker. Okay, so +1 command when attacking. Well, mine's better. Meh. And yeah, he's not going to be attacking. He's going to be defending, so screw him. The Turkmen horse is a decent hybrid horse archer unit. Horse archers are the basic horse archer units. Armenian heavy cav those are good. Those are good for sure. And then yeah, Gulam. Oh, this is going to be the general. Okay. So they do have a unit of Gulam bodyguards. He does only have 3 loyalties, so he could be a little bit, you know, a little bit on the precipice of causing some issues. He's not a governor despite having 6 acumen. That's a mistake. And then yeah, natural leaders a +2 morale. Yes, okay. So yeah, 4 stars plus the fine leader trait. This army will be competently led, but it's unfortunate that they have 3.5 units of peasants. That's pretty bad. Let's see, some urban militia, some beat up spearmen, beat up archers. How many Armenian heavies do they have? 3 units? Those are good heavy units. I don't have anything that heavy in my cavalry department, so those are going to be the real spicy ones that I have to watch out for. But I mean, camels are going to camel, you know. They can camel all over those guys' face. So, and I don't think we're going to get a fight anyway. I think I should leave my Sultan behind. Here's Sultan, right? Yeah, you should. They should be a caliph because the Fatimids were a caliphate, but never mind. And yeah, let's go in with you then. You will lead. Amir al-Adil. You can lead the attack on Syria, bring these forces, leave the peasants to garrison Tripoli, and then here, go ahead, pop them in, go, go, go. You stay behind. I wonder because they could try to counterattack into Arabia. That can happen sometimes where you think you're on the attack, but then they sort of move in the same end turn as you move. So just to be safe, let's bring my Sultan back to Sinai. Just so that he is safe. And let's move these troops up. And just in case there is that counterattack where it's just going to be these two Turkish armies fighting these two armies of mine, let's bring Nur al-Din to Arabia so that he could lead the defense if that's what happened. And then these forces in Antioch will stay there, and yeah, that should do the trick. That should do the trick, I think. So what's happening here? Egypt, I think, just finished their castle, so let's start building that citadel so that we can keep working on getting that Grand Mosque here, or these objectives. Needs to be by 1204. Okie dokie. Sinai is working on the upgraded horse training building so that I can get Mamluk horse archers. Palestine's working on farm upgrades. Tripoli and Antioch are still working on the upgraded boat building. What is it called? The dockyard. So that I can get Baglas. I should be able to get those before the event, the Compass event, just because that's kind of a special thing for the Baglas. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. So let's get those going there. So Tripoli and Antioch are working on getting boats. Gosh, I haven't played this game in so long. I kind of forgot what my... Nope, that's not the right button. This is the button. There we go. Oh, man, it's been a while. Yeah, so boats all the way out to the Barbary coast and the Tyrrhenian Sea. That's not bad. That's good coverage right there. So Tripoli and Antioch are going to continue to work on boats, building my dhows there. And then Arabia, I think, so I was building a farmland upgrade just to get it out of the way. That was interrupted. That was costly. That was 1,500 florins wasted. But let's get to keep going. I think that Arabia, for now, it has been used as a troop producing facility so that I can get a head start on getting boats going. So I was using all 5 of my coastal provinces to do that trick, but and then I was using Arabia to basically fill in the blanks for all of my land-based troops, and that was asking a lot of Arabia, one province to do all of that training. So at this point, I'm thinking if I can get this keep going, I can start making Arabia into a agent training place. Now, Syria does give a +2 valor bonus to assassins. It doesn't say it here. It's like a hidden thing that Syria gives, but it does exist. And so Syria obviously will be used for assassins, but if Arabia can kind of pick up the slack in training my religious agents, my alims, and maybe even spies as well, I will welcome that immensely because I want to have coverage all over the place. I want to see everything. To that note, I want my emissary to keep just kind of bumming around. I want eyes on this, really. The fact that France is at war with half the map and they're winning, it just boggles my mind. I always want to see, like, how are they doing it, you know? Like, if we look in here, we know that England is down to... what? They still have Mercia. So, they have Mercia and Northumbria. That's all that England has left. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, let's keep looking then. What about Germany? Have they... how much have they lost? Oh, I think this... yeah, again, this must have been a civil war. That must be what this is. So we can take a peek at that with my emissary going into Tyrulia. So, yeah. And I wonder if the French have taken some of those territories that initially had gone rebel. Alright, so that's that. I guess I should decide if I want to train soldiers. And I think the answer is just gonna always be yes right now. Yeah, I guess it is really tempting to get some LMs going. Because I do want that coverage all over the map. That's very tempting. And then Sinai can either do Desert Archers or Saharan Cavalry. Palestine is basically just going to be archers there. In Arabia, Naphtha throwers are good. I can at least get one more unit out to Antioch before the French Crusade arrives. So let's... Like, I feel like my basics are covered, you know? A lot of Desert Archers, a lot of Nubian Spears, a lot of Camels. Not an enormous amount of Saharan Cavalry. Well, let's just keep going with Desert Archers there. Saharan Cav. And Naphtha. Yes, let's get a Naphtha thrower. And let's just... Nubian Spears, I should. It's this is wartime. I need to, you know, focus on securing my home before I just explore the world, right? I just want to play Explorer and just, you know, just look at things. But no, this is war. I gotta make sure that this doesn't hurt me, right? So, let's see. And I'm making a lot of money. Yeah, I'm making almost 5 grand. That's phenomenal, I think, for this part of the campaign. I'm sitting on 23,000 in the treasury. That also feels very, very good. Taxes, I think, are very high everywhere. Yes. Yes. And everyone's happy about it. Yes, they are. So, we have Prince Azali. Where are you? You're here? This must be you. Okay. And I'm assuming... I'm guessing you're the king's brother because the king is 33 or 26. So, I'm assuming that these are the sons, Prince Ali and Prince Al-Adil, 12 and 5. I'm assuming there's the sons. At least Prince Al-Adil has to be the son, right? So that is fine. Okay, well, I think that's all that needs to be accomplished in this. I don't have any boats that need to be moved. Let me double check that. Do I have any boats that are doubled up and need to be moved? I'm not seeing any. No, that all looks good. So let's continue on. Let's drop a save and let's end this turn and see if we are going to be getting the first battle of this campaign. It's been so long since I played a battle in this game that I'm like starting to worry if I'm going to be able to figure it out. And I saw the Byzantines making some moves. Oh, yep, that's kind of what I was wondering. Interesting. So yes, the Byzantines did retreat from Trebizond. Okie dokie. And yeah, they went after Antioch. Oh, those tricky bastards. So the Turks have attacked Antioch, and they don't outnumber me by too much, by a couple hundred really. And let's see, I'm looking for the Armenian heavy cav. Those are the scary ones. And it looks like, yes, they bought all 3 of those units in addition to that 4-star Gulam bodyguard unit. So that's, you know, 4 decent units of heavy cavalry. Now, I have 2 units of Gulam bodyguards. I have a 4-star general. And I do have 4 camels, which are going to be able to do well against the Armenian heavies. I'm looking at their camels. They have 1 camel. It's kind of tough. It's a tough call. I would say that they have the cavalry advantage. Yeah, you know, we can kind of play defensive with our cavalry and our camelry more specifically. Let's see. Actually, we have 3 Gulam bodyguards, I just noticed. But those Turkmen horse units, they're not to be trifled with in melee. Like they're horse archers, but they can pile in and do some damage. And I think that's where I need my Nubian spears to really come into play here, because when it comes to my infantry, this is where I have the advantage. Is my Nubian spears are better than their spears. However, that's not a winning, you know, spear versus spear isn't how you win battles. Let's see, my Desert Archers. So they have in total, like counting their Turkmen horse and their horse archers, they're gonna have 6 units against my 4 desert archers. I could bring 2 Saharan Cav out of reserves to help chase, and I do have 2 Naphtha as well. They can help out. So I have to decide how I want these forces to look, because I don't think this is the starting army that I want to bring. I think I like the looks of this. I'm going to be bringing my Naphtha throwers in the first wave, and I will be keeping my 2 backup units of Gulam bodyguards in reserve. Now, these are people that used to be part of the family, and they are no longer in the line of succession. They are both 2-star generals, so I don't want to lose them. They could be useful at some point in this campaign. But if I need that hard-hitting reserve, there they are, and they will be accompanied by a unit of Bedouin camels and 3 urban militia. And that's a decent reserve. It's better than theirs. Their reserve is mostly peasants. So I would take these 8 units over there, 12. As far as the starting lineups are concerned, though, yeah, I'm going to be really relying on my Naphtha throwers to blow their Armenian heavy cav to pieces. Antioch's terrain, I think, looks hilly, and it looks like there could be some forests as well. So if I need to hide in the forest against their horse archers, that could be a possibility as well. So let's fight the first battle of this campaign. Gee whiz, it's been a while. And I'm so out of practice. This is actually kind of scary. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to take a moment here and get used to Medieval's controls again, just because I've been playing Rome, and yeah, I'm not used to this. But this is promising, I think. Yes, I'm almost positive I have played on this map before, and I think that this is where I want to fight, this hill here. I'm backed up by woods, and then I have woods on basically covering my right flank here as well. So obviously this is kind of ideal. It's just a fight on this hill with them just beneath me. My Naphthas can throw down the hill at them. If they wanted to flank, they're going to be met in the woods by spears, and that's going to really hurt their cavalry. If they want to flank out this way, this is going to be a little bit more like, even ground. But by swinging out, all of this distance, they could be getting shot by my archers the entire time. So depending on how wide they flank out, they could be a little bit weakened by the time they get here. But in any case, let's get set up and let's try to hope that my my muscle memory comes back in time to fight this battle. For those of you who are new to my channel and haven't seen me deploy or form my armies up in battles before, yeah, I may as well talk you through parts of this process. I don't need to show you the entire thing, but yeah, I like to group my armies and have my center always be group 1. In this case, archers and spears is a good idea. I hate how in medieval Total War you can't use your group formations in the form up phase of the battle, like your deployment phase. In Shogun, you could do that. You could just use your group formations and have spears in front, archers in the back. But here you have to do it manually, like, this. And I've actually never done this before, but I think I'm going to start doing this just because it gives you an extra, minute to help you get set up. Now, here's the problem with doing this, and here's the reason why I haven't been doing this entire, time that I've been playing this game, is because when you set up your group formations, you want these guys, like this, right? Except a little bit more neater. Except this formation that I just set up, this archer might not be here. He might be there, or he might be there, or he might be there. I don't really know. Same with the spears. They might not be in the order that I just selected them in. Actually, shoot. If I just went right to left, would that work? Oh. Okay, actually, let me try something. So if I do this... No, you're not. Let's try this. So let's do you. So that, left or right, and then doom, boom, boom, boom. And now if we go you, And then that. So that goes in order. So now I think that means that when I do my tactical formation, that they're going to be in the right spots, and it's going to be very little reformation. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Okay, it's a bit more work. It is. But I should have been doing that this entire for the years that I've been playing this game. I should have been doing it this way. It's just that in Shogun, it's just so much easier. It's just so nice to be able to use group formations during the deployment phase. This is just it just feels so stupid, but whatever. All right, that's gonna be that part. Now, where do I want my cavalry? Probably just all on my left wing, right? Because I can always have. I just realized I don't want my archers in front. Oh dear. Yeah, let's put you guys in the back. You guys go there, there, and there. And then it's going to be my Napthos in front, but I will group those guys later. I'd like to have my left and right flanks be groups 2 and 3. In this case, I'm probably just going to have both of my cavalry contingents on my left side kind of facing out this way. So let's do camels group 2. And they can just sort of hang out and be a camel. And let's do a couple units of Saharan Cav. Let's see, I don't think I even grouped you guys. Group 2, and then group 3. It really threw me off when I first started playing this game that when you assign your group's numbers, that doesn't make a clicking sound. Like in Shogun, it makes a clicking sound. So I just assumed, like for an entire day, I was like trying to find out why isn't the group numbers working in Medieval? And it was. I just never tried it out because I wasn't making a clicking sound. I was like, oh, it's just not working. Oh dear. And then have Napthos are going to be group 4, and they can just be in front like that. Camels are making camel noises. Stop being gross. And then, yeah, you can be group 5. Yeah, why not? Why not be group 5? And I'm gonna move these guys down the slope a little bit. Archers are better if they're kind of on the top of the slope, and spears are on the downside of the slope, so that the archers can fire over their heads. So I'll be right back. Also, I have to remember to keep my Naphtha throwers on a hold formation and hold position, and then I always do that with my spears and archers as well. Hold formation, hold position. I have those set to hotkeys just to make it faster. And then of course I don't do that with my cavalry, and they're going to be hidden as well. I decided to tuck them back here in the forest. Maybe they can be a little bit of a surprise for the enemy. Alright, without further ado, I believe they're going to start like right here. So I think this is going to get started quickly. Yes, yes, yes. And, oh, I almost, there we go. Yeah, that's a nice, pretty formation. And then let's get Napthas like that. Let's see, reinforcements. Let's make sure that they come here. And then you come here. So archers can start shooting right away, I think. And let's see here. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my Napthas, because if they start moving up this hill too fast, yeah, those are the Armenian heavies. Those are the guys that I want to bomb the ever-living hell out of, and they're making a little bit of a flank there, but I'm not too concerned yet. Those are the guys that I want. So can we get these guys? There we go. Bombs, please. Can we get them? Can we get these guys? Come on, bombs, please. Bombs. Bombs. Bombs, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that took out a few of them. They're down to 18 men. And now we have some dudes coming through here. Some Bedouin camels, some Armenian heavies. Alright. Might want to face my spears a little bit kind of like this. And yeah, Trekman Horse are kind of looking like they want to be a little bit trickier. Where's the other Armenian heavies? Okay, so 2 Armenian heavies coming through. Ooh, okay, I don't want to go that way. Go back that way, please. And then you... can you shoot at those guys? Nope, they're gonna just charge in. Okay, you have to run away. And then you try to get in a flank here. Oop, oop, yep, yeah, you're gonna take a charge from Armenian heavies there. So let's bring up my camels. Maybe... Yeah, I think I need to bring them up now. So you guys go here. And can I get grenades in here, please? And where's my naphthas? Okay, so they're there. And, ooh, you need to run back. Sorry. Got you guys caught. Let's see here. Can we save these guys? I don't usually like charging downhill with my spears. I don't like getting out of formation, but let's come down here. Let's bring my Saharans over. I want them to get involved. Yeah. So let's see. Let's pile in with my spears on this side. Let's protect on this side with my camels just to make sure. You guys go here, and then you guys go here. And then you guys charge in here. And do I need to send my general in? So yeah, you guys go there. Desert archers are getting caught. Can I run away? And do I have any naphthas that are not dead? Yes, I do. I have a full unit that's in good shape. So let's send in Saharan Cav to chase down those Armenians. Our 2 units might be able to swarm theirs. And yeah, their general's in bad shape. Let's see, can I get my naphthas involved? I don't know. It might be a little bit dangerous. So they're there. Archers are running away on this side. And my right flank's breaking. Why are they breaking? Okay, so that's where I need my naphthas. I need my naphthas to go this way. So, okay. Their Gulen bodyguards doing well against my guys, and their Armenian heavies are doing very well against my Saharan cavalry. I kind of thought by weight and numbers I'd do okay there. Let's see, my camels are running away, but so their guys are backing off. Ugh, that's not good. Let's see, can I get naphthas in a place where it's going to be useful? And can we kill their general? Let's see here. Ugh, rough. Damn. Yeah, they overpowered me. Yeah. Yeah, my general's running away, and... Oh yeah. I have to say, maybe I could have done better if I've played more recently. But this battle's not over. It might seem like it is, but I do have reserves. So there's been many times where I've lost this initial battle, and then my reserves come on and I win. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can kind of, claw this one back. Oh, grenades! You guys gotta toss in. Yep, but now they're running away. Yeah, it's always a shame when you can't get more than one toss of grenades in a battle, because those naphtha throwers could have been the tide turner, and I just didn't have them in the right positions. They're tricky to use for sure. So to have any chance of turning this around, I'm gonna want to get as many of my guys off the field as I can. Let's see if I can take some pot shots with these archers into these Armenian heavies. Any damage I can do on them? Nope, they don't want to shoot a single volley. Fine. But yeah, as I was saying before, if I can get any guys, as many of my reinforcements coming out at the same time, that's going to give me the best chance of counter punching back into their armies. One of the primary issues that armies face when they are chasing a routing army is that they become, well dispersed, quite frankly, and it can make a reinforcing army able to sort of punch above its weight and hit back at some very good units. Now, it's a little bit dangerous because, well, my general's here and he's about to be overrun, so I need to get reinforcements on, like, now-ish, maybe? Yeah, I have to... I don't know where they're going to come on either, so... Let's see, I got my 2 units of guys coming on, and where are they coming on? I don't even know. Where... Is it going to be over here? I should have some Gulen bodyguards coming onto the field somewhere. Oh no! No! This is like the wrong area! No, this is so useless. No. Oh crap, this is bad. This is a bad place to be. I needed you guys to like come on somewhere else. Yeah, my general's not running away. Yeah. Yeah, he's running away because his men didn't, like, arrive on the part of the field that I thought he was going to arrive on. Oh, shoot. Yeah, there he goes. Well, can I do anything with these guys then? The horse archers are just going to, like, skirmish around me, so, yeah, that's kind of screwed. Let's see. I can kill some archers. Yeah, you guys are very killable. So let's kill those guys. Probably can't, yeah, it won't, horse archers aren't going to let me catch them. Bring on more reinforcements, and yeah, they're all going to come on over here. That's so, oh god, see, I didn't know that. I would have retreated that way. God damn it. Let's see here. Did some of my guys get into the horse archers? Oh, they did. Oh, well, in that case, you guys turn around and help them out. Yeah, give them a hand, guys. Got some spearmen coming in. That's scary. Yeah, can I get any of these guys up faster? If I could charge spearmen from, like, both sides. Let's see, can I lure you down here? And then you... Can you guys, like, not charge into the spearmen? Yeah, let's see if I can sort of lure them back to my guys. Over here. You go, and then you go. And camels, we can just kind of chase off those horse archers. And then, yeah, if I can get all of my infantry to attack their spears. Yeah, the horse archers are just going to keep shooting at me, and there's nothing I can do about it. But the spears, if I can get them to... You guys can run, please. And if you guys... Yeah, I need to get the spears... Yeah, the... box selection, you know, feature in this game didn't really work very well. The click and drag, you have to do that. Alright, let's see if I can get these spearmen killed. And... yeah, let's see, do a little rear charge here and kill those guys. Let's try to get away from those horse archers shooting us. And yeah, let's see if we can at least take their spearmen out. Let's see, what do they have here? A Turkmen horse are fighting our peasants. And are our peasants winning? No, they're not. Okay. Thought they might win because they're in the forest, but... Are they winning? I can't tell. No, okay, they just disengaged. I got it. Alright, let's actually get up into the woods so we take less casualties from archer fire. How about that for an idea? And these spearmen, gosh darn, they're really hanging on. I guess the general's morale buff is really helping them out. So we have some archers we could go up and kill. So I would like to do that. If we can go kill archers, you, and then you. And there we go. The horde of... the peasant horde finally did that. So let's just keep peasants after the horse archers and then keep the rest of these units back. So that we can go after these other units. And yeah, let's just screen out with... I mean, unless they're going to let us catch them. They're letting us catch them for some reason. I mean, that's cool too, I guess. Yeah, they're running away now. Gosh, do I keep on them? No, I don't think so. Peasants, get back. And peasants and peasants. Alright. So are we fighting archers? Yes, we are. Let's see if we can get some peasants to reinforce here. And then what do we have coming down? Spearmen and Turkmen horse. So yeah, I need this horde. I need this horde of dudes. You guys all come over and please run over and help the Gulam bodyguards. You kind of screen out there to just keep these Turkmen horse back. And camels, yeah, you guys come back as well. Ooh, they're gonna charge in. Ooh, okay. Let's see, here. Yep, let's go there. And okay, they're gonna retreat. Never mind. So go back in. Turkmen horse. Yes, go back. Yeah, they're being really cagey here. Let's put the camels on them. And let's see, a bunch of spearmen. Okay, that's not what I want to see. Let's get my Gulam bodyguards back and let my infantry take this fight here. Here. Get back. And then here, oh, the Armenian heavies are in. Okay, the real heavy hitters. So let's try to get my urban militia into the Armenian heavies. try to take a bite out of them, and then send my camels in as well. Yeah, now that we have like a flank on them, let's try to get a flanking attack into these spearmen and archers. Maybe that can help out. And there's my other unit of Ghulams. Okay, they're running away. That's too bad. And yeah, the Armenians broke my peasant horde, which is unfortunate, but also is to be expected. Did I kill any of them? I killed like 4 of their units. And yeah, now my camels are running away, and I'm assuming that this blob is going to run away as well. Yeah, tough fight. Tough reintroduction into this game. Jeez, oh Pete's. Oh man. Yeah, that's how it goes. And that is how it goes. And they did not even have to bring their reinforcements on as well. So I'm going to need a lot more archers and yeah, a lot more spears and a lot more troops. Antioch's going to be pushed back into its keep, and the dockyard is not going to be able to finish building, which is unfortunate. The boat that I had started building as well is also not going to be able to finish building. What's kind of ironic, though, is that now there's a French crusade that's heading towards my territory, which is sort of being occupied by the Turks. So, yeah, that's kind of funny. But I will be taking Syria off of the Turks in this turn. What's left? What's not running? Okay, you guys are still around. Where the hell are you guys? Where is this? Jesus, you guys went far away. Yeah, just. Let's just, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, tough. Do I kill the 18 men that I captured? Yeah? I mean, I'm not going to get any money off of them, right? And I don't need money. So yeah, killed 375 and I lost 1,000. Fuck! That's a lot. Jesus. Yeah, that's tough. Losing battles to cavalry factions just ends up with a lot of dead dudes. So yes, Antioch has been lost. That's a bummer. But Syria is now mine, and they like did not even like retreat to the fort. They just gave it to me. So ransom demanded. Yes, I will pay the 1680 for the 500 men that they captured, including the 2 nobles. Yes, all day. All day, every day, I will pay that. Improved farmland is finished here in Palestine. Famine in Palestine, funny how that works. Let's see, anything important here? You are not a governor. You are not a governor or general. Khalil Asali, this is my general here, so good runner. It's a bad one. -3 morale. Yeah, he is remembered for the way he ran from the battlefield on more than one occasion. Hey, I think it was just once, right? Perhaps he had no choice, but whispers among his men say otherwise. -3 morale. Yeah, that's bad. Luckily, I have Nur al-Din to be a good general up here. And then, yes, my 2 guys that were captured and then returned, +3 morale, but then -1 command on both of them. They were both only 1-star generals or 2-star generals to begin with, so they weren't. Neither of them were meant to be leading generals. But yeah, they were nobles. So +3 morale on their units. That's good. You know, it's for them being captured has kind of worked out okay. And then this governor, Amir Abu Enan, +10 happiness, +1 loyalty for being a great builder. I will take it. Yeah, I will take it. All right, Syria is now ours. And now, you know what we can do with this is... Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is where we get the... Yeah, see, that's cool. The Jihad for Asia. The sacred duty to jihad may be fulfilled by the heart, the tongue, the hand, and at the last resort by the sword. To wage war against enemies of the faith is a duty no sultan worthy of the title will shirk. Points are counted between 1095 and 1204. The following must be defended. Antioch. So, if I had a building, what's the building that I need to? I need a ribat, don't I? Can I even build that anywhere? I can build that in Egypt, but I'm working on the citadel here. I think I need a mosque first. It's a prerequisite for a ribat, and then the ribat is going to be the building that allows me to train or build jihad markers. Yeah. So it's not really viable, is it? Because I want Antioch like sooner rather than later, right? Instead of like Palestine, for instance, could build a mosque 4 turns, and then it could build a ribat, which is another 4 turns, and then it could build a jihad marker, which takes probably another 4 turns, 12 turns, and then send the jihad. Yeah, it's. I really like the idea. If I had jihad markers that were available, I would definitely do that. I wonder, so this is really interesting how we have these GA objectives that are essentially, they're circumstantial, right? They depend on you first losing territory before this becomes applicable. Does this count for all of my territories, I wonder? I don't know. I don't have enough experience to know the answer to that, but that's a really interesting one. And once I do build my jihad markers, I will definitely like to take advantage of that. But I don't know if that's going to involve purposefully leaving my defenses in my frontier provinces weakened so that I can proc that objective to come up again. It seems a little bit gamey, but it might be kind of fun to play with. In any case, though, I should definitely send one of these armies down to Tripoli just to make sure that they can't retreat into Tripoli and, you know, further mess up my territories. But then another army, or, I guess what I can do is send 2 armies to Tripoli and then 2 armies to Antioch. No, I need at least something to stay here in Syria. So the forces that they have in Armenia and Edessa are not much. It's really not a lot. So 1 army to Tripoli, 2 armies to Syria, and then 1 army stays in... I'm sorry, 2 armies to Antioch, and then 1 army stays here in Syria. Who wants to be the governor of Syria? I'm assuming... So this guy used to be the governor of Antioch, I'm assuming, right? I don't want to make him the governor of Syria just because Syria is another one of those... It's not a great income. It will get better over time. Having gems here is very good. Trade goods are rough in landlocked provinces. You're not going to be making as much, but it's still worth investing in the trading posts, I believe. And there's going to be a late game event where some of these provinces, I think it's like Syria, Edessa, and Armenia, I think all get more trade goods. It's from the Silk Road event. So it's a good boost, I think. It's worth doing, but still, I don't know if I think I want to save my best governor for Antioch. Makes sense to me. Okay, I did say that I was going to wait until I have a better agricultural province to make you the governor because you have that steward trait, but you know what? Let's just give Syria to you. Why wait around? Loyalty and piety. There we go. Syria can get bumped up to, yeah, very high. Yeah, 386. That's okay. 386 is okay. So this army can't be moved because these are the guys that were bought back in the ransom. And yeah, this is what we'll be doing here. You can go ahead at Muhammad al-Adil. You can jump on into Antioch, and you guys can go as well. Yeah. So let's see how that goes. My garrison... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, you guys can all sally out and assist in that battle. You are going to stay. You are going to go here to Tripoli. This is my brother, I think. Yeah, Prince Asali. 2-star general, not great, but +3 valor because of his secret pride, so he's kind of a beast in combat. And then I do have these 3 Nubian spears that I'd forgotten about, so they can be sent up via my navy to Tripoli. That's good. Let's see. You are going to be retrained here in Palestine. Desert archers to Syria, and then Nur al-Din can go up and be the general of the Syrian army. There's not much here in Edessa and Armenia, so I'm not too worried about this army, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then I'm training an Amphithrower here in Arabia. Let's keep training Desert Archer. Is it time for another boats? Yeah, let's keep getting boats. Here and Sinai. I kind of like going with Saharan Cav here in Sinai. And should I bring you... Who needs Saharan Cav more? I kind of want you in Antioch. So go there. And you can keep training Nubian spears. My income is looking... Yeah, 1,500. So, golly, Antioch was like really accounting for a lot of my money. Jesus. Yeah, the Byzantines have some soldiers, but they're just going to keep retreating from the French, aren't they? Yeah, so... They're in Trebizond, and I believe... So, where are they going to march? Are they going to march through Rum and Lesser Armenia, or are they going to march through... It has to be that way, right? Or Anatolia and Lesser Armenia. Either way, I suppose. Yeah, either way. Is there nothing here? And then Rum has these 4 buildings. Okay. Let's see, I can move some boats up as well. So let's go ahead and make some more money here. And I know that this is something that I can do prior to the turn. I have been reminded of this in this campaign and my past campaign. I was doing it, actually. I was pre-moving my boats. What you can do is you can move them prior to the turn where they are finished being built. And that way, that extra space, that sea region that you move them into, counts for your additional income, which is a very good way to get some really fast income in the early part of the game. I was doing it in my Danish campaign, and then I sort of like, forgot. It's a niche thing, I think, but it definitely is useful, and I definitely need more practice at remembering to do them. You have to watch and see, okay, my boat's 1 turn away from being built. Let's move all of my boats over to the next sea region and profit. So, it's just all memory. And as you can see, I am super rusty. So Palestine. Is there anything... What do I really... What speaks to me? Where does my heart lead? Just more farm income here? What am I training here? Just archers. And the Boyar's Workshop isn't gonna get me... The Nizaris are nice. That's like the really nice archer unit, but I want to get those in Syria because the Nizaris in here give +1 valor, so that seems to be the case with that. Ooh, and I want a border watchtower here in Syria as well. Or should I get a Fort and a Amat? What should it be? Let's do defensive upgrade first. Yeah, I don't think I need the border watchtower at this exact moment. My loyalty is fine. Palestine. Yeah, mosques would be nice too. It does give +1 morale to the units that are training here, which in this case are my archers. So it's not, like, it's not bad to do that, but... And I have plenty of money, don't I? Like, I don't need... more of this. Ah, heck, let's just get it out of the way. I may as well. And I know that building farmland is going to give my Sultan a good trait that boosts the farm income of all of the other provinces, so it is worth doing for that reason also. All right, I think I'm ready to go here. Let's take back Antioch. I wonder if they would even fight for it, or if they would just retreat to Edessa. Oh my goodness, and the Italians have taken Tyrolia, so yeah, that German Civil War. Yeah, I want to just keep looking around. So who has snatched all of this territory that used to belong to the Germans? They only have 3 provinces, my goodness. Yeah, I'm assuming the Italians and the French, maybe the Danes also are just gobbling territory up. I wonder if we can see any hints to this. It doesn't seem like they've conquered anything. If the Danes only get 1 conquest point and they get one point for every province, then yeah, it seems like the Danes haven't really done anything yet. And do I want to keep my guy in Rum? I think I do. Let's just keep spying on Rum for now. And alright. Let's drop a save and let's play one more turn. Let's see if we get another big battle here, or if they are going to retreat. Okay, so the French Crusade has moved down into Anatolia, and the Byzantines have decided they cannot win the battle, and they are going to retreat. And same thing here in Antioch. So the Turks have decided they are going to retreat from Antioch. Huzzah, it is back to be in mine. And it looks like there's a little bit of a loyalist rebellion here, taking back the French-held Trebizond. And same thing here in Bulgaria, although the French had time to train some soldiers here in the Bulgarian keep, so that's going to be annoying for the Byzantines to deal with. Yeah. And the French have the strongest military might, and their king is here in Burgundy. Yeah, he's pushing out. The fort and the Mat are finished here in Syria, and the King of England has sent an emissary looking for an alliance. I mean, what's the point? I don't know. Is there any point here? I mean, I liked the idea of trying to stop them from sending crusades my way, you know, for all of the crusading Catholic factions. I don't think the English will ever do that now because they're too weak, but they're at war with the French, so why not? And we do have another son on the way. He will mature in 16 years. Alright, Prince As-Salih. He is charitable, so plus 10 happiness, but he is not a governor, so it doesn't matter. And yes, Antioch is back to being ours. We can give it back to you, who I just want to make sure that you don't have any bad governor traits. No, you do not. So Antioch, 223.72, bump it up to almost 3,000, and then give it to him, making 5,000. That's awesome. Making over 7,000 now. Woo, man. So let's go back to building that dockyard here in Antioch and await the next strike from the Turkish forces here in Edessa. You know, it would be nice if it was not against me and if they redirected their attention back towards the Byzantines. It looks like, yes, the French still have 2 turns before they get to me. And after that walloping I just took from the Turkish forces, now I'm a little bit sketched out. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that was a walloping and a half. And I mean, what do they have? They're Royal Knights. Gosh, are they? I think Armenian heavy cav is maybe stat-wise very, very similar to the Royal Knights, but then they're a full-size unit. You know, they are a 40-man unit. And then the Teutonic Sergeants are decent as well, but I don't know how they stack up to the Armenian Heavy Cav. I'm comparing everything to the Armenian Heavy Cav because that's a unit that just crushed me, but I'm sure that was also due to my own, you know, I'm going to chalk that up to rust. There was a lot of rust involved with my loss there in Antioch. That was, oh yeah. I was a little slow in activating my reserves, and I was slow also in reacting to the flank that was moving through the forest. You know, the whole thing was slow. I just wasn't up to speed. Takes time. At the very least, I was able to get a little bit of finger practice in before the French Crusade strikes. Let's just chalk that up to being a warm-up. for the main ordeal, which is going to be coming very, very soon. Because, yeah, these forces are going to have their work cut out for them when they come up against the heavy might of the Catholic steel. And what I like about this game, in particular, what I like about this campaign is that the early game Egyptian armies, I keep saying they are toolsy. They are capable. They do have the ability to perform better than how I just use them in battle. With that being said, though, there are, it is interesting kind of when you learn about the history of the engagements between the Fatimids and the Catholic armies, and this kind of has a lot of the looks of what a Fatimid army would look like, right? Like, they were kind of based around Nubian infantry, that being mostly archers, I believe, but perhaps spearmen as well, and light cavalry from North Africa, so sort of like they weren't the Bedouins, as the Berbers. So yeah, they would have like sort of the Berber tribesmen, which would be like, I guess you could call them the Saharan cavalry, and yeah, I believe they had Bedouins as well. I believe the Bedouins, I don't know if they fought on camels, but they did have light cavalry from sort of the Bedouin tribes of Arabia. So there's a lot of similar, like, this kind of does represent, in my mind, my understanding of what these armies look like. Sort of light cavalry and infantry archers from Nubia. So it's interesting how kind of accurate these forces look to real life, and in real life they did not hold up. They really got smushed by the heavy cavalry of the Catholic armies, and it really took some rethinking about how battles should be fought for the Muslim forces to finally turn things around. A lot of help obviously came from the Turks, the Turkish forces, as they became incorporated into, Muslim armies that were used by, not so much the I think there were Turks that were employed by the Fatimids, but more so, I think, by Saladin and the Ayyubids. And then, of course, the Mamluks were, they were insane horse archers. They were very, very good. A very militant, very powerful army, the Mamluks were. But until then, it kind of took a little bit of time for these forces, these peoples to kind of figure out how they're going to hold up against that mighty heavy cavalry charge. And in many cases, it involved not really taking direct battle, right? Like the Horns of Hattin, the famous battle that Saladin won. It wasn't so much about, fighting. It was just mostly just like, let's make sure that the Catholics run out of water and then die. and then they like made a desperate last charge at the last moment to try to kill Saladin. And even though they were just like dying of starvation and thirst, and they were tired, and they'd just been in the heat for, maybe a couple days by then, they still almost killed, like they almost got to him still. It's an interesting thing, because as someone myself who, I guess I kind of grew up learning a lot about the Mongols, right? And learning about how OP horse archers were. And it's interesting kind of learning about why wasn't everyone a horse archer, And I'm still kind of like coming around on that question. I still haven't quite figured out like the answer to why wasn't everyone a horse archer? If they were so powerful. And I think that a lot of that has to do with the terrain, of course, like the steppe, that went all the way from Mongolia to, I guess here-ish, or I don't know if you'd call that the steppe, but like to Ukraine, perhaps, maybe. That was like just a ginormous highway for nomadic horse peoples, right? So that obviously bred horse archer people. And that was an insanely high skill kind of thing. It wasn't something that you could just train people to do. You had to be born in that saddle to do it. So that's one of the reasons why I've sort of like, I'm starting to figure it out. But it's interesting how, if you were kind of down here, you didn't really have those horse archers. You didn't have that custom, that lifeline of always, riding and shooting and riding and shooting. And instead you had guys that were more like, cavalry, sure, but light cavalry, not something that can withstand the blow of a heavy cavalryman. It's interesting for me because I just always assumed that a light cavalryman would not be caught by heavy cavalry. But they did, you know, a lot. So it's an interesting thing for me to learn about how the Fatimids just, they could not hold up. They could not hold up against the might of the heavy Catholic armor. But with that rant out of the way, that's going to be the end of this episode, and we will see if I will be able to withhold or withstand the might of the Catholic French heavy armor in the next episode. So until next time, this has been Concept playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.